Welcome, dear viewers, to Heartfelt Tales of Loyalty, the channel where reality meets drama and every story keeps you on the edge of your seat. I'm your host, and today, we're diving into a tale that's as shocking as it is empowering. Imagine this: a group of power-hungry cops, blinded by their own arrogance, decide to target an innocent black man, destroying his property just for fun. But what they didn't know, their victim wasn't just any man. He was someone who could flip the script on them in a way they never saw coming. This is a story of justice, karma, and the power of standing up against oppression. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's unravel this gripping narrative together. It was a quiet Tuesday afternoon in the lively city of Crestwood. The sun hung high, bathing the streets in a golden glow as people went about their day, completely unaware of the storm about to unfold. Among them was Marcus Johnson, a man of quiet dignity and unwavering principles. Marcus had climbed the ranks of the Crestwood Police Department, earning the title of inspector through years of hard work and dedication. But today, he wasn't in uniform. Today, he was just a man running errands in his beloved black Jeep Wrangler. That Jeep wasn't just a vehicle. It was a symbol of his journey, his struggles, and his triumphs. He had worked tirelessly to afford it, and it was his pride and joy. Little did he know, in just a few hours, it would become the center of a life-changing event. As Marcus drove through the quieter parts of town, he noticed a police cruiser trailing behind him. At first, he brushed it off. He was a law-abiding citizen, after all. But when the flashing red and blue lights signaled him to pull over, a wave of unease washed over him. He complied, parking his Jeep by the curb. Two officers stepped out, their demeanor sending immediate alarm bells ringing in Marcus's mind. They approached with smirks on their faces, their eyes scanning him with a mix of disdain and amusement. "License and registration," one of them barked, his voice dripping with condescension. Marcus handed over his documents, keeping his expression calm, masking the frustration boiling inside him. This wasn't his first time being racially profiled, and sadly, he knew it wouldn't be his last. The officers took their time, exchanging looks, as if they were sharing some inside joke. Finally, one of them returned the papers, but instead of letting Marcus go, they began circling his Jeep. "Nice ride," one of them sneered, running a hand over the hood. "You sure you can afford this?" Marcus clenched his jaw, but stayed silent. He knew that engaging would only make things worse. Then the other officer chimed in. "Maybe we should take a closer look, make sure everything's in order." Before Marcus could object, they ordered him out of the vehicle. Reluctantly, he stepped onto the sidewalk. What happened next? A nightmare. They began searching his Jeep, tossing his belongings onto the street. When they found nothing incriminating, their frustration became painfully clear. "Think you're better than us, huh?" One of them spat, kicking the side of the Jeep. Marcus's heart sank as he watched them vandalize his prized possession. They smashed the windows, slashed the tires, and spray-painted obscenities across the doors, all while laughing like it was a joke. When they were done, the officers turned to Marcus, expecting him to cower or beg. But what they saw in his eyes, not fear, resolve. "You're making a big mistake," Marcus said, his voice steady as a rock. The officers laughed. "Oh yeah? And what are you going to do about it?" Marcus reached into his pocket, pulled out his badge, and held it up. Their smirks vanished. The color drained from their faces as realization hit them like a freight train. "Inspector Marcus Johnson." His voice was ice cold. "Internal Affairs." And just like that, their arrogance turned to sheer panic. They stammered, fumbled for words, but it was too late. The next few days were a whirlwind. Marcus filed a formal complaint, launching an investigation into the officers' misconduct. They were suspended, pending the outcome. But the story didn't end there. News of the incident spread like wildfire, sparking outrage across the community and beyond. Marcus became a symbol of resistance against police brutality and racial profiling. His story went viral, with people rallying behind him, demanding justice. Under intense scrutiny, the department had no choice but to take swift action. In the end, The officers were fired and charged with multiple offenses, including destruction of property and abuse of power. Marcus's Jeep was repaired, but the scars of that day? They remained, a reminder of the fight that still lay ahead. But Marcus's journey didn't stop there. He used his experience to push for reforms within the department, advocating for better training and accountability. He became a mentor to young officers, teaching them the importance of integrity and empathy. And his Jeep? It became a symbol of resilience. Marcus often took it to community events, using it as a conversation starter to inspire others to stand up against injustice.